This is Mark Schofield from Inside the Pylon with the latest installment of First Sound. I'm going to continue the Interception Series today with a look at Wyoming quarterback Josh Allen. If you want to get caught up on this series, you can check out the Inside the Pylon YouTube page. I already have videos on Sam Darnold and his 12 interceptions, Josh Rosen and his 10 interceptions, Baker Mayfield's 5 interceptions, and Lamar Jackson's 6 interceptions. Today we're going to look at Josh Allen and his 6 interceptions from the 2017 season. And at the outset, Allen might be the most polarizing draft quarterback in a draft class filled with polarizing quarterbacks. There are some people that are enamored with the size, the athletic ability, the howitzer of a right arm that he has. And then there are others that are more reserved, looking at the past 2 years, wondering if there's been any sort of development. For me, I'm more in the latter camp. I came into this season hoping to see some development from him, hoping to see some progress as a passer. I still have yet to see it. And as we're going to see, some of the concerns that I had on Josh Allen coming into 2017, well, they're still here. Now, you may still be a fan of Allen. You may still be in on him as a top prospect in this class, and that's fine. There's always room for debate on that. But for me, and because of some of the things we're going to talk about, I still have my reservations. This is the first of 2 interceptions in the season opener against Iowa. Context here, early fourth quarter, 3rd and 4. You're almost in the red zone. You're down 18. Obviously, you need points on this drive. One of the concerns I had on Allen, process and speed, in anticipation and pocket presence. There were times when I felt like Allen bailed from some clean pockets. There were times I felt he could have sped up his process. There were times I felt he could anticipate routes better. More of a see it, throw it guy. Doesn't throw receivers open. That's what we will see on this play. Get short motion to stack here. Too high safety look. Out route, right here. Clean pocket. This route is open. He starts to bail from this clean pocket. I know there's a bit of pressure just to the inside. Throw it. Throw it right now. You've got time to step up and make this throw. This is a clean pocket if you're going to pull the trigger right now. This receiver's open. He's got separation. You've got the right arm. Yeah, it's an out route, left hash mark, right sideline. You've got the arm to make this throw. But this is one of those situations where I think Allen bails from a clean pocket, puts himself into peril, then relies on his right arm to bail him out, and it goes haywire for him. Because now he starts to roll, makes a throw on the move. What happens? Now you can see the defender cutting under it, and it goes the other way. Again, you've hit your drop depth here. This is the route you want to throw. Throw it now. By waiting, you just make the situation worse. By rolling, you just make the situation worse. All you've done is give this defender a chance to break on the ball. So there we go. Anticipation, pocket presence. We see it right there on this play. He trusts his arm too much to make this throw, and it costs him. Next interception against Iowa. Basically now you're down 21, 3rd and 8. They try to set up middle screen here to the running back. And when you throw an interception to the defensive lineman, it's usually not a good look here. What happens is he's going to try to drop it in to the running back who's right here. I don't think he ever sees the defensive lineman right here. He's kind of obscured by one of his own offensive linemen. But as you can see, he's under pressure, doesn't get nearly enough on this throw anyway, because that's where the defensive lineman intercepts the pass. Here's your running back. You know, that's 4, maybe 5 yards. 1, 2, 3, 4, almost 5 yards that you've underthrown this. I know you're pressured here. You're a big, tall, strong kid with a big arm. Should be able to get that in there. Doesn't get enough on it. And it's intercepted by a D lineman. Now, again, you don't... hard to see him there, so I get that. And it is tipped, so there's that too. But you'd expect him to get this ball out, get it out to the running back, because if you look at it, this play could go. You'll at least pick up the first down here. This block's already been set up. Got a convoy waiting for you here. It does get tipped. It's underthrown still, though. I think he can do better here. You know, and if you look at it when it's tipped, I mean, is it going to even get there? Next play, interception against Oregon. You're down. It's the start of the fourth quarter. I understand you want to make something happen. If you've read my work, whether it's Inside the Pylon, Bleacher Report, if you've listened to the Locked On Patriots podcast, if you've heard me anywhere, you know I sometimes drop in movie references. Here we're going to talk about the double-edged sword of Josh Allen. And the first time I saw this play, I was reminded of a quote from Top Gun. Stay with me for a second here. There's a sequence in the movie during Top Gun, the training school, where Maverick, played by Tom Cruise, bails on his wingman to go after Viper, played by Tom Skerritt. And this long sort of dogfight chase sequence ensues, and then finally, Maverick gets locked on from behind by Jester, played by Michael Ironside. And the mistake that Maverick made was he left his wingman. You never leave your wingman. That's a good rule to live by. But in the locker room, after they all land and everything, Michael Ironside, Jester, comes over to Maverick and says, "That was some of the best flying I've seen yet. Right up to the part where you got killed." And when I first watched this play, saw it live, and then rewatched it, that's exactly what I thought of. And here's what's going to be something that people love about Josh Allen. The athleticism, the ability to escape and extend, makes a spin move here, twist this guy into the ground. This all looks great. And then that happens. Now he makes the throw. There's a guy pressuring him here. And it does look like the guy gets a little bit, this defender here, gets to his right arm and may impact the throw. But everything up until here is great. But if you look downfield, I think this is who he's trying to throw it to. These are all sort of closed. This is a risky throw to make. I understand the situation. You're trying to make an aggressive play. But 9 times out of 10, rolling to your left with a defender breaking down on you, throw it into coverage here, it's usually not going to end well. And that's exactly what happens here. Again, great moves there. Like all that stuff. Yep, this guy gets a little bit, impacts the throw. But this wasn't probably going to end well. Some great quarterbacking right up to the part where they turn it over. Now, if you can live with stuff like this and the turnover, okay. Because he can do stuff like this. He can make guys miss in the backfield. He can extend plays with his legs. But there are times when that sort of hero ball mentality creeps in. And that's something he's going to sort of have to unlearn when he gets to the NFL. He's got raw talent, raw tools, an incredible arm. But he's going to have to throw the ball away in situations like that. You know, I said something similar about Baker Mayfield. You know, there are going to have to be times when you're going to have to be more conservative. And generally, I do like the aggressiveness, but it's something to watch with Allen. He's going to have to unlearn himself of that hero ball mentality once he gets to the next level. Next play is an interception against Utah State. This is the first play of the game. First offensive play of the game for Wyoming. Play action, boot concept. You see him under center. He'll get hit with that pro-style offense tag. So be ready for that. Comes out, trying to set up flat route here. You're going to have a boundary route here. You're pressured. Another example, maybe just try to throw it away. It's 1st and 10. It's your first offensive play of the game. Delays here, then extends. Okay, this is great. Good play strength. Great play strength right there. Uses the stiff arm, sheds a defender. If you're going to throw it away, though, get it out of bounds. That's the issue there on that play. Under center, play action boot. That's a concept you see every game in the NFL, sometimes 3 or 4 times. Play strength, the stiff arm. I like that he finally decides to throw it away. Now we just got to get it out of bounds. But hey, maybe we see some growth there, huh? 2 interceptions now to close this out against Boise State. This is a prime example of trying to get into a quarterback's head, seeing how they read and react to a different look from a defense in the post-snap phase, as opposed to what they see pre-snap. First play of the second quarter, you're up 7. Empty the backfield, you're in plus territory on the 40. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 defenders down. Boise State, they're showing blitz, right? And what do you see in the secondary? Man coverage look here. You got man coverage looks here. These guys are basically off coverage looking at their receivers. And where you see man, safety sort of shaded towards the tight end. This almost looks pre-snap like zero blitz, right? Here's the defender to worry about. Play concept. Hoss concept here. Seam. Hitch. That's your Hoss. We will have another vertical route from the receiver over here. Up the field. You can move the safety if you want to throw this route. If this is the matchup you want to go to, that's great. If you need to move this safety here, if somebody drops and they rotate this to a cover one look, you've got the 2 vertical routes. Look one way, throw the other. These guys drop. This coverage gets rolled right at the snap. Boise State does a great job of it. These guys drop. This safety, number 4, he's the guy that drops to that middle of the field look. I'm reading this now. I'm reading this as cover 1, man free. These are underneath hold defenders. This guy's going to wall number 3 here. Take away an in-breaking route. That's what's setting up here. Allen opens to the right. He checks the middle of the field briefly, just for a split second, then comes right here because this is the route he wants to throw. Nice little route here too. We get a little stick nod type route, so it breaks open. He pumps on it to help set it up. He actually anticipates this one pretty well, makes a throw under duress here, kind of like that. But he never saw this guy, the guy that was coming back at the snap. And he cuts under it for the pick. So first off, great job by Boise State, particularly this safety here, to disguise and rotate the way they did. But as you see from the middle of the from the end zone camera here, middle of the field looks open. He's thinking zero blitz, gets the route he wants, this little stick and go. Watch his helmet. You can see from the helmet stripe, there's just a quick glance to the middle of the field, and then he's already on this. You got to make sure that there's nothing happening because you're thinking zero blitz. Then you start to see guys drop. That's my question. If I had a chance to sit down with them, I'd ask, did you see these guys drop? Did that make you think they were rolling coverage? Did that tell you they were rolling coverage? Or did you just assume this was still zero blitz? Because now his eyes are trained on this route. And while that's going on, here comes number 4 screaming towards the middle of the field. And he never sees it. And he thinks he's got a gimme, lofts it up there, and it's intercepted. So that's an example of post-snap not matching up with pre-snap and a quarterback trying to figure that all out in a split second. It's hard. Believe me, I know. It's hard to diagnose and react all that stuff in a split second when 275-pound defensive linemen are trying to separate you from your teeth. It's hard. But that's a reason why we spend 12 months of the year trying to get into these guys' heads and figuring out what they're doing on every single play, because it is hard. And the little things like that can be the difference between a big play and an interception. Final example here, late against Boise State. This is a look at the arm talent. Long throw, vertical route down here, left hash mark. Slides away, slightly under duress, and slightly underthrown. And this is, you can talk a little bit about the footwork. I don't think it's too bad here. I think he does a pretty good job of stepping into this throw. He does slide a little bit away from it. Maybe that's another indicator of him just thinking he's still got the arm to make this long throw. But it's just underthrown, left too far inside. The defender makes a play on it. So that's a look at Josh Allen and some of the areas of concern that I still have. You can't deny the arm. He has the size, the athleticism. He has the raw tools to be a very good quarterback. But he's more of the lump of clay right now that really needs some skilled hands, to turn him into a fine piece of artwork. And knowing what we know about the NFL and knowing what we know about how raw, developmental type guys are treated, can we be sure that he's going to get the fine artist working on him that he needs? And that, more than anything, might be the defining factor to his NFL career. Maybe he lands in the right spot and finds those skilled hands to mold him. Maybe he doesn't. Every year we talk about scheme fit, coaching fit, and how more than all the yakking we do year round, it's really that matters. Look at Jared Goff under Sean McVay. Look at the growth we've seen in Carson Wentz under Doug Peterson. Scheme fit and coaching fit matters a ton, and it's going to matter a ton for Josh Allen. If you're a fan of a team, if you're a fan of Josh Allen, your hope is that, if it's your team that gets him, or if you're going to, plant the flag on Allen Hill, your hope is that he lands in the right spot to mold him. Whether that happens or not, we'll find out this spring. Thanks for watching this episode of First Sound, the Interception Series. Up next, going to dive into some Mike White, some Mason Rudolph, some of the other names in this draft class. Hope you're enjoying the work. Check out all of the pieces, all of the videos over at the InsideThePylon.com YouTube channel, which is youtube.com/InsideThePylon. As always, you can check me out on Twitter at Mark Schofield. At me with the questions anytime. DMs are always open. If you need advice, whatever, I'm here for you. Until the next installment, thanks for watching. And I'll see you on the next installment of First Sound.